Yo, there it is! No way! I made it! Mile 0 of the Alaska Highway! This street will take me all the way up to Alaska. Dude, that feels so nice. But to be fair, it's still like 2,000 kilometers to Fairbanks. So, it's a few days. But, dude, that's some decent progress. Feels so good. You probably heard about the catastrophic wildfires that occurred in Western Canada this summer. On my way to, and even the first couple of hundred kilometers on the Alaska Highway, I drove pretty much past them. Trying to outrun flames, smoke and road closures, I kinda rushed north to get out of the danger zone. What looks like fog or clouds is actually wildfire smoke. The smoke was so dense that I couldn't see the sun for several days. The air smelled like fire and probably wasn't the healthiest to breathe in. I can't imagine how that smoke affects the many wildlife that lives in this area, even those who are not threatened by the flames directly. A black bear's sense of smell is more than 2,000 times better than a human's one, and is an essential tool on its search for food. This shall it be! Camp 1 on the Alaska Highway. You probably can't see anything with my messy windscreen, but let me tell you, it looks gorgeous. The Alaska Highway is welcoming me so well. I'm approximately on kilometer 420 now, and I already saw 3 black bears, a fox on the hunt, some deer, some otters. Dude, this highway is full of wildlife, and dude, I'm still smiling when I think about it. But to be fair, I'm really glad to not have to sleep in a tent. So it's I feel kinda safe in my car, to be fair. And for sure, the bear spray is my best friend now. I'm still pretty far south regarding the whole length of the Alaska Highway, so it will just get better. It's just insane. I'm so excited. I had some really good company in camp yesterday. I met some awesome people from the States. So right now, it feels like how I imagined the whole journey. So it's like, just feels good. I'm full of positive energy and I can't wait to drive the next 420 kilometers. Stage 2 on the road to Alaska. The landscape and vegetation I'm passing through is slowly changing. Plain forest becomes alpine mountains, roadside flowers become snowfields, and muddy swamps turn into frozen lakes. And then the same thing in reverse. Surrounded by an endless seeming scenery of wood-covered hills, I encountered the next iconic Canadian wildlife, the wood bison. Once hunted down to just a couple of hundred animals, there are about 7,000 buffaloes roaming northern Canada today. I can't believe to observe these majestic animals grazing just a couple of meters away from my car. Dude, I am shocked. That was so cool. Alright, I ended up on an old airstrip, but there's supposed to be a camp spot nearby. So yeah, I hope I will find it. But actually it's it's kinda cool. Right, let's try this one. And voila, that looks fine to me. It's almost 7 p.m. I drove around 350-ish kilometers today. And actually I'm on, or I should be, somewhere around like 780, 770 kilometers of of the highway. Dude, I really rushed through the last days, to be honest, because I tried to like run out the smoke, and as you can see, it worked out. There's no more smoke around. I can see blue sky. I saw the sun today. That was actually pretty nice. So now, from now on, I can take a chill and like slow down a little bit. There's no need to rush anymore. Yeah, and I'm really glad I found this beauty of a camp spot right next to the river. I think it's called Alle River something. You can also walk down, so I can take a bath tomorrow morning. Dude, there's ice swimming in the river, so it's gonna be cold, but I'm actually used to it now because the last lakes, rivers were just freezing cold. But dude, it's a good spot to calm down. I won't light the fire. I'm not sure if there's a fire ban in BC as well, but it just doesn't feel right to light a fire. Because of the obvious reasons. Alright, so let's prepare camp. I kinda missed the opportunity to get myself a nice cozy camping chair, and I think there won't be any Canadian Tires or Walmart supercenters on my way up, so I have to improvise. Kinda sad. In our modern world, we get bombed by impressions from advertisements, social media and smartphone displays. The next dopamine kick is always just a swipe away. Being used to this, I really have to learn to live in the moment, to enjoy Mother Nature, and also to do nothing for a while without pulling out the phone after 30 seconds of silence. Another really exciting day is about to end with a beautiful sunset. So I will just get myself ready for bed, and dude, I have to work on a morning routine, because on days like these, without a morning routine, I'll just sleep in. And actually sleeping in is kinda, I mean it's nice sometimes, but when you do it every day, it's just a waste of time. I mean, I don't need more than 8 hours sleep, so there's no point in sleeping like 10 hours till, I don't know, 10 a.m. 10, yeah. So try to get up early tomorrow, and dude, it's so beautiful. Canada, I love it. Freaking love it. Before I go to bed, I will just enjoy the last bit of sunlight and work on a new video for you guys. And of course, the bear spray always close by. Good morning! To be fair, it's already noon, but I did not sleep in, I promise. I just spent the whole morning editing a new video. Actually, it's the room tour video, the room tour short video, and it's by far the best one I ever did. So I try to link it somewhere around here. Yeah, but that's actually what I meant by starting the day slowly. But I wasn't lazy, so it's okay. So I can really tell that I get north. The last night was pretty short. Sunset was late. I think sunset itself was around 11, but like dusk was at least an hour, so it was dark at maybe like 12ish, and the sunrise this morning was around like 4:35. So days are getting longer here in the north, and it's getting colder. But I'm not sure if it's because I get further north or it's just because of the mountain environment. But you can really feel the change in climate while driving in a car or while traveling in a car. It's actually pretty cool. And to give you some more insights, since I got back into the mountains, I did not have any cell service. So it's like 24 hours now, maybe a little bit longer. And I wonder if there's some cell service in the next city, but the next city, town, whatever, is still 200 kilometers away. So, remains to be seen. So I decided against a bath, but for kind of a shower, because this river has a really strong current and a lot of driftwood and icebergs, and I think seems a little bit like a death trap to me. It's really nice to feel at least a little bit like a civilized man again, even though in the process it's a hassle. Dude, the water is so cold. After like tearing 3 or 4 pots over me, I can't continue because I get headache. That's so bad. It's like when you eat tons of ice too fast and your head begins to freeze. It's like this feeling, just stronger. But now, back on the road again. I made it to the Yukon. The smallest of the 3 Canadian territories is home to some really special places. The signpost forest has almost 100,000 signs that travelers have brought from all over the world. I couldn't find a sign of my hometown, but maybe there's one of yours posted here. But that's not all. There's also a desert in the Yukon. This spot is slightly off the Alaska Highway, however it's probably the only desert in the entire Yukon. There are plenty of tracks leading into the desert, and I saw videos of people driving their cars in here. But even though I got a 4x4, I don't want to risk it. I'm not experienced in driving off the road at all yet, so I would just explore the desert by foot. Geographically, the Carcross Desert is not a real desert, but a series of sand dunes. Ages ago, the area that is now the Yukon was covered by thick glaciers. When the ice melted and the glaciers retreated, deep valleys were left behind. Huge lakes formed around the glaciers, which then shrank, leaving beaches between the mountains. The wind picked up the sand from these beaches, creating these unlikely dunes. This process still takes place today, with the wind carrying the sand from the nearby lake into the desert. And I found this beautiful camp spot pretty close to the desert. The only bad thing is, it's like a 5-minute drive to the desert, and I saw a bear half the way. So there's a bear pretty close, and I'm not even sure if it's a grizzly or a black bear, because it looked more brownish, but the shape of the head was more like a black bear. So I'm not really sure about it, but Shouldn't spend too much time outside anymore. That's something I try to do anyway. So when the dusk hits in and it's about to get dark, I try to like finish everything and just get inside, because to be honest, dude, I'm still a little bit scared of the bears and coyotes and mountain lions and what else is out there that want to that tries to eat me. I did not get eaten by a bear tonight, but I got a fatty chip on my windscreen. There it is, beside all these dead bugs. This is definitely something I should take care of before it starts to crack. And I came prepared. I got myself a windscreen repair kit. So let's see how it works out. While driving hundreds of kilometers through Alberta, British Columbia and the Yukon, I noticed that almost every third vehicle has a cracked windshield. Most of the car owners don't even bother with repairing. With all the road grids in winter, gravel roads and construction sites, it's just a matter of time till the next chip or crick occurs. But I still try to repair chips as soon as possible to prevent them from getting worse or even turning into cracks. Alright, the first impression isn't that promising, but I applied one of these curing straps to finish it, give it a finishing touch, and now I have to move the car into direct sunlight for the UV exposure. It's cloudy today, but I think it will work out as well. I really don't know what to think of the result. I can still clearly see the crack, or like the chip. But to be fair, it looks kind of sealed now. So as long as it prevents the windscreen from cracking, it's alright for me. But it's not as good as I expected, and not as they advertise it. They say the crack vanishes, but I think the kind of crack I had was difficult because there was a crack like in the first layer of the glass, and then there was a chip like in one of the middle layers, and you can't fix the middle layers. So I think that's the best I can do for now, and I just cross my fingers that it won't crack. Seems like it's working. It's been a while, not for you obviously, but I spent the last few days in Whitehorse, Yukon. I just had to prepare myself for Alaska, get some stuff done, run some last errands. I had to apply for my visa for the States. I got a camping chair. That's massive, dude. Life's good now. I got myself a jerry can, just in case. So yeah, I guess I'm well prepared now for the remote streets in Alaska. So off to the border. Alright, last pit stop for the border, and I'm kind of nervous. I don't know, I mean, it's just the border, but the reputation of the US Customs and like the border patrol, they might be a little bit strict, and I'm actually pretty nervous about the car because I don't know if they want to see any documents, and if so, I don't know if I have them, because, or like when I purchased the car, I just got the bill of sales. I got my registration and the proof of insurance, but that's it. So they better don't ask for anything else. Yeah, but never gets boring, right? There it is. Fingers crossed. Dude, I made it to freaking Alaska. That's a humongous check on my bucket list. I mean, so far it looks the same as Canada, but it feels way better.